Hi, welcome to the Witch House. Pull up a chair, have a sit, and let's chat. And this morning we're going to chat about. Look! I did it. I crossed over. I have my first Thoth deck, and this is courtesy of my lovely friend Diane Jarecki, Indigo Moon Woman. This was one of her copies that she has trimmed and edged that she sent to me to get started, and I'm so excited to have this as my first Thoth deck from my friend who spent an entire year studying this deck and its meanings and symbolism and everything to do with the deck. She did a deep dive, and I'm going to link her channel below because she has some wonderful Thoth videos, and she has book recommendations, and yeah. So I'm also going to post. I had asked her to provide me with some with books that would be appropriate to my learning. And I will, the books she sent me, I will post them, and she gave them to me in order that they should be read. One of the books, of course, the very first book is about Crowley himself, which she says is not necessary in order to read the cards, but it gives you insight into the mind of Aleister Crowley, who we all know. Well, I don't know if we all know, but I think he was a bit mad and a bit genius. So, yeah. Anyway, it comes. This deck actually. This book is pretty good sized for this deck, and I mean the writing is small, but you get a good bit of information. And truly, Diane says all you really need is this book. Oops. I've got the camera on the wrong end. Put my iPad in the stand the wrong way. So now I'm all messed up because I'm a lefty and the camera's on the righty. Anyway, this has got some she said this is really all you need to work with the cards. But I want to know a little bit more, so I'm gonna be getting some of those books. But anyway, here is the deck. Now she trimmed this and she edged it in this beautiful purple color. I think it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I love it, the way it makes the deck look. And boy, they aren't kidding when they said these cards are large. I'll show you what her trim did. So pretty good chunk here. I would say these are more like oracle sized cards, but anyways, so I'm going to go through the deck just because nobody's ever seen a Thoth deck. As I'm bouncing around here because I'm kicking the table. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to show them because nobody's ever seen a Thoth deck on my channel. And yes, that indeed is SpongeBob. So here we go. So the Fool, and you can see where it says in shadow down here, trumps. So, and it looks like it has either, that's an element symbol. It's really cool. These cards are really very interesting. They're not your typical, they're not your RWS, for sure. But, you know, and I was never attracted to this deck. Had no inclination, but this year, I don't know, something just changed where it was like, I want to give this deck a try. Actually, that's not true. I am finding out the further I go in my studies of tarot, um, my tastes are changing to reflect that new knowledge and that growth. And so I'm starting to move deeper into the cards, which I'm loving, 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 loving. I am definitely using the cards more for self development and spiritual guidance as opposed to predictive readings. Although I do predictive readings for my friends, for myself, I'm using the cards, like I said, for spiritual growth and self development. And I know these cards, some of the cards look quite busy, but I'm looking forward to kind of, really spending some time and looking at the images and putting the pieces together. I think that's half the fun of having a new deck is spending time with it and really looking at the images and getting into the images. Sometimes one of my favorite things to do is in my mind's eye, and I learned this from Sasha Graham, is walk into a card and see how it feels. If there's an individual or an entity or something in the card, try and talk to it and see what kind of information may be given or a feeling or a thought evoked from it. So cool. Oh, love it. Really love this. So I thank my friend Diane so very much from the bottom of my heart for this deck to get me started. I love, one of the things I like about getting decks that other people have had, especially if I know them, is their energy is still within the deck. I feel even though I may cleanse and clear, because it belonged to them or it was beloved by them at one time, that energy I think is still found in there. And so I love to have what I consider a piece of my friend as part of my my home. It makes me feel closer to them in some way. So yeah. I really, really, really like this card, these cards. And I'm interested by the fact that the court cards are Prince, Princess, Queen, and Knight. Not King, Knight. So I find that a bit intriguing. Also, I noticed with this deck, the court cards actually come first in the deck. It goes Knight, Queen, Princess, Prince, and then the numbered suits. Or at least that's how it's listed in the book. And the way it's listed in the book is usually the way I read the cards as how they should be stacked. So wonderful. So, tell me what you guys think about the Thoth deck. What are your thoughts? Have any of you tried using it? Are you strictly RWS, no interest? What do you think? I'm interested to know if, any of you are thinking about trying to, try out a new system. This is also helping me to expand in my depth year as well, to go a little deeper with the cards. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this. It's one of my favorite cards. Really. The symbolism is just so different from the RWS. So, then my next question in my mind is, can I flip the switch between reading a Thoth deck and then swapping to an RWS? Because even though I'm going to study the Thoth and I'm going to use the Thoth, at this point in time, I cannot see it becoming I can't see it becoming favored over RWS. Not right now, anyway. I can't see that happening because I thoroughly love RWS. There's nothing wrong in learning a new system, learning something new. As a matter of fact, I'm a firm believer in the saying that once you stop learning, you're dead. So there you go. All right, everybody, that's it. My new Thoth deck from my lovely, delightful friend Diane Jarecki over at Indigo Moon Woman. Go check her out. Her Thoth videos are really good. Really, really good. So, all right, much chakra love. I'll see you on the next one.